Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood presents the refreshed 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited in Serenity White over black leather. We've gained nearly 2 inches from the prior refresh. The XRT increases ground clearance, giving all-terrain tires to make it a more off-roadsy vehicle. We're going to go over some of the specs in different trims to make it easier for you to option your new Santa Fe. Starting off with a more boxy, sleek style, standard LED projector headlights. Daytime runnings with the new design grille, and that integrates into the new generation Motif H styled lights, which distinguishes itself opposed to all of the competition like Toyota, Honda, or Volkswagen. So it gives more of a luxury style for the Hyundai. Going XRT gets 1.3 inches of clearance raised with 30-inch all-terrain tires. Front and rear parking sensors and a 360-degree reverse camera starts on this trim, and underneath the hood houses the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged with 277 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque paired to an 8-speed wet dual-clutch automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive, you're getting 20 mpgs for the city, 29 mpgs for the highway. Going up to the XRT, you could tow up to 4,500 pounds. The limited trim gets 20-inch wheels. This is a 5-spoke alloy wheel. Go to the calligraphy, you're getting a 21-inch wheel. The side is going to look similar to a Land Rover Defender, even giving that little air vent that says Santa Fe. So I like these little touches that they're putting with the satin aluminum on the lower skirt and the two-tone look with the gloss black and the white. When you go to Land Rover, you actually have to pay an extra charge for that. You don't have to do that with the Hyundai. Gloss black elements for the roof rails, they're raised so it's easier for tie downs. Gloss black on the shark fin antenna. And paying attention to detail, Hyundai really thought about this redesign. Because where's the rear wiper? It's going to be tucked underneath the lower roof spoiler. Santa Fe badging across the whole trunk, which when you open it up, you'll see in a second, it's the whole back. Getting the signature LED H taillights, one exhaust tip, the satin aluminum will carry on underneath the lower, and I like how they kept it simplified for the refresh. Power liftgate is standard, going into 25.6 cubic feet. It's going to open up the whole back panel, which will make an easy load, especially because they have it kind of like this, so you could just slide everything in. You don't have to worry about scratching the bumper. 12-volt charger. You have some bag holders, and you can move those seats, which we'll get to in a second. Underneath, you can store the privacy cover. So for the third row, just slide them down. This is going to increase cargo to 40.5 cubic feet. Now, for the second row, just push the buttons. They'll fold down flat, which gives us an increase of around 5 cubic feet more than the prior gen. Twelve-way power seat adjustment, leather upholstery, black bucket front seats, heated and ventilated because it's the limited trim. Heated starts on the SEL. Memory for the driver. Headroom and legroom. The refresh is more modern. It's just a lot more luxurious, and storage, you're going to have it everywhere. Right in front of the glove box for the passenger. Open this up, and you have another glove box. Because it's a limited trim, Bose 12-speaker upgraded sound system, a flat dashboard, and the new curved panel with 2 screens that has wireless Android Auto. Check this out, look at this. Just slide it out. And this is a quick wedge that can go through any of the quick apps that you have. And you still have physical buttons that you can push for the infotainment screen with a new gear lever that's right here. So we're going to put it into reverse. And this is the trim that gets the 360-degree reverse camera. You can have it set like this. You can change different layouts for the camera. You can also do a 3D view to go all around the little Defender style Santa Fe. Tri-climate control settings. Heated leather-wrapped steering wheel. It's a 3-spoke multi-function. We get the paddle shifts. The gauge cluster, it's obviously going to be digital. and you can go through an array of information for the driver. And when you use your signals, you can see it in the gauge cluster. UVC sanitizer compartment, so you don't have to worry about COVID in this vehicle. In the driver modes, we have your normal, sport, and my drive. Wi-Fi hotspot is going to come standard on the SEL. Wireless charger comes standard on the SEL, and you can have 2 of them when you go calligraphy. And here's the key fob. Charging ports, you have plenty of them, cup holders, and it's going to be a little bit more sporty. Opens up this way, and you have a storage bin that can be picked up. And you have more storage that integrates all the way down, in which you can pull this up. And it goes almost into the pass-through. That's how deep it is. I can literally fit my whole hand inside with a 12-volt charger there. And the nice thing about this little tray is they have done something similar to Infinity. You can open it up from the back, so you can make it easy for the second row occupants to get anything in and out. Auto dimming rear view mirror. Gloss black materials go around the dome lights. 2 panels for the moonroof that starts on this trim, and the door panel will configure into the dash. And I like how they've made it retro / off-roadsy with a luxury twist. 1 touch up and down for the front windows, and a storage pocket. You can fit a beverage in the front. Second row headroom, just as much as the front, and leg room. Go to the calligraphy, and you get captain seats. Storage behind both of the front seats. You get the design that's for the front of the hood with those lights, and you have some hangers on both sides with USB ports. But this is one of the best parts. When you're thinking family, you have a tray here, and like I was saying in the front, this opens up. So you have plenty of storage capacity. Manual sunshades is standard, and the door is going to have the same materials found in the front, except you're going to have 3 cup holders, and the heated rear seats will be on the door instead of there on the side. Therefore, you can actually utilize this area here, and you're not bothering somebody. Feet space, not really going to be shared. Leg, butt, and shoulder space, the same thing. And when you're thinking headroom in the center, it's still good. Plus, these seats recline back, and they slide forward. So now you have sufficient leg space for third row occupants in a midsize SUV. To get into the third row, push the button. It's going to slide forward. It's going to be a little bit tighter with the bench opposed to the captain's seats, but it's still doable to fit 2 more in the back. The air control is only on the passenger side for the third row, and you have a home plug that you can actually utilize for the third row. Both sides will get USB ports and the cup holders, and the headroom is just as good as the front. Slide this back so you can see the leg room. It's not too bad. If it's all the way back, I'm going to be against it. This is with the seat not reclined, so it'll sit up more like a 90-degree angle. The all-new Hyundai Santa Fe is a lot more modern inside, a little bit more soft materials and more tech savvy, and still getting 277 horsepower with 311 pound-feet of torque. This is one of the best in class, and towing up to 4,500 pounds, which when I'm thinking a vehicle at this price segment, giving me third row and options for captain seats, it's just blowing it out of the ballpark. All the windows are large, so you have plenty of safety, and clearance is over 8 inches. It has that Land Rover vibe on the exterior, but more luxurious on the interior, especially when you're considering the trims. The SEL is kind of somewhat the sweet spot because you're starting to integrate features like the heated seats in the front, wireless charging pad. If you're wanting navigation, you go up to the XRT trim. The Limited, I would say, boasts the most luxury amenities and tech on all trims. Unless you're wanting to go captain seats, larger wheels, then you're going to want to go to the calligraphy. The Limited also unlocks the 2-panel moonroof, so you get a sunroof and a pano, which takes care of everybody for their vitamin D. A long flat hood, so I can tell the length, and it feels a little bit wider inside. And look what you got. Gets up to speed good. And when you use your indicators, you can see the cameras in the gauge cluster, which this is things that are found in Genesis, and you're getting this at a fraction of the price. The suspension still keeps a smooth ride even with 20-inch wheels. Quiet in the cabin. You don't hear the engine unless you're mashing on it. So for day in and day out use, it's going to be a comfortable ride. Bose sound system, which is to me one of the best in class. I like it a lot more so than the Harman Kardon. And each row has a sufficient amount of leg and headroom, even going into the third row, and increasing cargo around 5 cubic feet more than the prior gen. So they're squeezing out as much as they can with space in the cabin and still making it an everyday use and practical SUV. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to stop by Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood to check out their new and pre-owned selection.